Oh gosh.
Goodness.
Well, good morning, DBF people. It's another beautiful day here in the Dirt Bike Fab Garage, and today we're back on my buddy Jed's KX500, and today we are going to tackle air intake and air boot system. Let's get after it. So as you can see, there's a pretty big gap from the factory KX250 airbox to the KX500 carburetor. So obviously the air boot that went factory on this box for the 4-stroke won't line up to this because this bike was originally fuel injected. So today I'm going to show you how to take that aluminum plate and a Honda CR 2-stroke air boot and make it all live together and be happy. So what we're going to do is once I get this cut out and bolted onto this box, we'll put it back in, slide this on the carburetor, and we'll figure out where these mounting bolts go onto the aluminum frame, just like that. Drill some holes, cut the access hole for the air to come through on the back, and there you go. 4-stroke airbox to KX500 mod will be done. So let's mark this out and get it cut up. So as you can see, I use the old airbox front half as kind of a template for the outer mounting holes. And use a transfer punch. That light's kind of messing me up. Transfer punch to mark through that piece into the aluminum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill these out before I cut the shape out. And once I have this fastened in front of here, I can actually get a true line on where to cut this. I think Jed is going to bring his bandsaw out to cut this, so that'll help quite a bit. So get some holes drilled in it, see if it'll mount up to that. As I've been building this airbox plate, Jed's been kind of messing around with the tank fuel valve placement and coil mount placement that's going to go back in the other side. Here in just a minute we'll pull this tank off and show you what we're thinking about doing. But you can see here, so this is a Honda boot that will bolt to the front of that plate about like that, right around there. We've got to wait for a little bit longer one to show up because see there's about an 1.5 inch gap right there, and that other boot will be just about long enough to do it. With the carb spacer should make it perfect, we're hoping. On the head stay brackets Jed made, we're going to try to put, let me get over here and show you, that's where we're going to mount the coil. So we're going to pull that off, put a big old nice weld right there, and it should work out pretty good, I think. The coil mount welded onto the right hand head stay. It turned out really good, got really good clearance between that and the tank and everything. But we actually ended up putting the CDI box bolted on the left hand head stay. So the fuel hose goes in between that and the frame, fits really nice. One bolt secures it into place. Pretty happy with that. And we've got a pretty good idea how things are going to work here, but other than those two pieces and the airbox plate, we're waiting on parts. So that's going to call it a day for today, and we'll see when we get some more parts. Okay, so we got Jed. He's back here. Say hi, Jed.
Hello.
Hello. And he's been up and been building the fuel plate. So This part right here is a stock 2004-ish CRF 250 fuel outlet, I guess is what you'd call it, out of the stock tank. And he built this plate and uses the factory O-ring and everything to seal it off right there. So got the factory filter, and it's gonna mount in there like that somehow. And we're gonna throw it on the bike and hook everything up so you guys can see how it's gonna work. Like a glove. Fancy.
Fancy.
Oh yeah. What's up there, guys? I just got a text message from Jed, and he got some parts in the mail today for his KX500 build. I think he's gonna come out tonight, and we're gonna throw them on real quick, just because we're pretty excited about it, and we want to see what this thing looks like. So stay tuned. Well, there's Jed's new prizes for the day. He bought him one of them super fancy fat heads. Comes factory, decompression valve, this little outlet right here for the antifreeze. Got on a pivot, which that's going to help us out a ton when we go to do the radiator mounts. Comes with extra O-rings, all that good stuff, new bolts. But the best part about this head is the dome right here is interchangeable for different compression ratios. So if you want, I think this one's the stock. Is this one the stock one?
Yeah.
This is the stock dome. You can buy one that bumps it up to, what, 2 more levels?
Yeah, two more levels of compression.
Or you can go full-blown race gas if your motor's built for it. So that's pretty handy. I've put these in before, not exactly this brand, but on different bikes. I think I did one on a Husqvarna here a couple weeks ago, and he said it made a huge difference, so I'm pretty excited to try the fat head version. So let's get this thing put on. Just gonna slap her on there. I'm gonna hold anything out of the way. Fits like it should.
Golly.
Put a little bit of anti-seize on all the threads. So anytime I'm doing any kind of stainless steel fasteners, especially to a mild steel, I always put just a drop of anti-seize on them, and that helps keep them from gobbling up the threads on that stuff.
I just want to show off some of my projects.
Got a couple washers. Trade you a nut for a washer.
You want some nuts?
These ones?
These nuts?
Get the old impact down. 14 Ugga-Duggas.
Ugga-Duggas. You know when the guns go ga.
Well, it looks pretty, if anything.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, that's fancy. What's up there, guys? So just got home from work today, and I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you what we woke up to this morning, which can only mean one thing. So check this out. That is snow, and we're at fairly low elevation in southern Utah. We got a little bit of it, not a ton, but enough to move it, and that was about it. So that only means one thing. There's snow down here, there's snow up in the mountains, and that only means one thing. Snow scooters. That's my favorite time of year. I love dirt bikes, but I love snow scooters also. So I'm gonna work on this thing a little bit, and you know, I don't know if you guys are interested in that or not, but if you guys are interested in snowmobile stuff, leave it down in the comments, and we'll do some more of it. I'm interested to see how many people are bike guys and snowmobile guys like myself. So leave a comment down below, and maybe we'll do some more snow scoot stuff. So good morning there, DBF family. So the other day, we got the new air boot for Jed's KX500 build, And this air boot actually comes from Conversion Parts 500. Typically they just do, you know, Honda aluminum frame, CR 500, 250, stuff like that, conversions. They don't do Kawasaki stuff. But their parts are pretty versatile for conversions and stuff like that. So this is the boot we're gonna use on this conversion. This is the one we've been waiting on. So I'm gonna get this thing thrown in there and see how much difference this thing's gonna make. I think it's gonna make a little bit of a difference, but not a ton versus the stock 250 boot we had. So we'll get this thrown in. Let's see what we got. So there's a new Conversion Parts 500 air boot. You can see here it's fits perfect on the back of the KX 500 carburetor. And there's a plate we built the other day. As you can see, there's still a little bit of a gap here. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna build another plate that this retains into, and then we'll go from that plate and weld from it to this plate with some filler material or some filler sections right here, and that will create somewhat of an air intake box. And then we'll go ahead and move on from that and put our air filter cage on this piece. All right, so this is 1/8 inch plate, aluminum plate. The other plate we used was 3/16, so it's a little bit thicker. I'm gonna use the factory Honda boot retainer to use that as a pattern. So when I cut the piece out, it will fit down inside of this boot properly, and we'll have something to weld to from this piece of plate to the other plate, if that makes sense. If not, just wait longer and I'll show you. Okay, so here's our plan. So I've got to cut this inner piece out right here on that line and clear this. So what I've done is I've tapped the plate, bolted this outer ring and use it as a pattern. And I'm going to use this flush cut, I guess what you'd call it, router bit. And we're going to see how it'll do on the aluminum. I think it's going to work pretty good, but we're going to use this basically as a guide. So we're either going to be heroes or zeros and basically screw this piece up and have to buy Jed a new one, or it's going to be awesome and it's going to work great. So what do you think, Jay?
I think it's going to work.
I think it'll work. We're going to give it a shot. I mean, what are we out? $30 bit and yeah.
You ready for this, Kev?
Oh no. We're going to see what Mr. Ryobi.
We're going to see what the old Ryobi router will do.
Oh, it sounds like muscle tube. I'm not certain this is going to work.
Oh, gosh.
Goodness.
Like butter.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Well, guys,
I got a little on me.
turns
Do
out
I look sparkly?
you look great. Turns out you can cut aluminum with a router
Good thing it's soft.
and get a really good cut out of it. So I think we're gonna round up a broom real quick and get some of these shavings. Oh, look at that.
That's money.
Look at that.
Oh, Jed's gonna wonder. I'm not telling him how I do this. He's gonna have to watch the video to see how I did that.
That's
awesome.
perfect, man.
Yeah, you can't beat that. What was that question you asked me about sweeping the floor?
Oh, I can't remember. What was it?
Jay says, is this what it's like
yeah.
to be a janitor in a strip club?
Lots of glitter.
I guess we'll never know.
Thing sure makes an ungodly noise.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. It's not like bacon for your ears by any means.
No. There she is.
Right.
Think that'll work out good, man.
If it doesn't, we'll say it should have. Perfect.
There we go.
So basically how this is going to work is you have the factory boot retainer that goes on the outside, and then the boot will go inside of here into that one, and it will go inside of the rubber boot like that, and then this piece will go on the very back like that, which will squish this together, and we will actually weld from this ring to the plate that we built for the airbox. So I've got the template kind of laid in there and taped in there kind of tight, so all I have to do now is reach in there with a Sharpie or something, mark the excess of this off of that plate, pull it back out, lay it on the plate, mark it out, and we'll cut it. So I'm out here working in the garage, and I don't know if you guys have princess shop dogs like I do, but Frankie's ticked off at me. Let me show you why. Hey, are you mad at me? Yeah, she's mad at me because I've got the General in here, and I've got the trickle charger on the battery because I've got to put an alternator on it, and I just haven't got to it yet. But generally, her bed sits up here, where she can sit up here in her bed like a queen on a throne, and the bed's up. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Yeah, she knows I'm talking about her. So she can come up here and hang out and supervise. Hey, come here, look. Come on, right here. Come on up, right here. Come on, get up in there, right here. Come on, come on. There you go. Yeah, now she can sit on her throne and snoot at me. Rotten animal. So I finally got the airbox pretty much done on this. We're waiting on one factory Honda piece that goes in the very back that the filter stay is what they call it, that the filter actually bolts to. That should be here this week, but other than that, it's finished. So let me flip the camera around, and my dog is just being a pain in the butt. I'll flip the camera around here and show you the final product. So I'm extremely happy with how this airbox turned out on Jed's bike. It's been kind of a hurdle trying to figure out what we're gonna do here to go from, you know, Kawasaki 500 carburetor and a 250F frame to a Honda CR 500 boot that utilizes a Honda CR 500 or 250 air filter, but it turned out really well. So anyways, we're gonna wrap it up on that one, and on the next video, we're gonna do exhaust and radiators on this bike, and we will be well on our way to having this thing finished up. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hold on, guys, we're getting really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you guys haven't already, or if you haven't heard, I'm gonna buy you guys, I'm gonna buy one person a set of custom graphics from Sean over at Dirt Rider Designs. He's done all of my bikes. He's done my 18500, he's done my 250F build, he's doing the graphics on Jed's 500 build, he's gonna do the graphics on Paul over at Fabrat's build. So the way it works is you go back, you watch my final CR250 graphics giveaway video, and towards the end of it, it will tell you how to enter to win. And it's super easy, super simple, and I will buy and pay for, have them ship everything to your house from Dirt Rider Designs. You can get with him, design what you want, how you want it, and I'll foot the bill for it. It does cost you $0. It will cost you nothing to win other than follow the instructions in that video. So if you guys haven't done it yet, go get entered to win. After this video, go watch the other one, and then go over to Instagram and enter to win there. Yeah, but don't do it now. Do it after this one. So yeah, good job. Thanks, guys. Look at these mountain goats. What are you doing up there? Are you supposed to be on the back of that? Yeah. They pretty much do what they want, don't you, buddy? Yeah. This is Lou, in case you guys don't know. This is Frankie. She's the problem child. Who else has garage or shop dogs that rule the roost? I know I do. 2 of them.